Welcome to beautiful Costa Rica. For the last couple of nights, we've been staying in this insane villa. It's called the Art Villas. I'm not exactly too sure where it is in Costa Rica. I know that we're like kind of near Uvita, but it's absolutely insane. It's so beautiful, and it's just been phenomenal to wake up to this every day. So I want to do a little like gentle practice, something that you can do quickly just when, like, you know how those mornings when you wake up and you get out of bed and you kind of like waddle because you're so sore, that kind of thing. So we're going to start on our backs, connect to our breath. Let's find Supta Baddha Konasana. So soles of the feet come together, knees fall out to the side. Palms can be facing up towards the sky to receive, or you can place one hand on your heart and one hand on your belly. Closing down the eyes if you feel comfortable and safe to do so. And just find your breath. Without trying to change the breath. Just noticing whether it's shallow or deep. Whether you're breathing into your belly or into your chest. Whether the air entering your nostrils feels cool or warm. Noticing the depth of the inhale and the length of the exhale. Now consciously trying to slow the exhale down. Let's inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Notice the little curve of the breath as you enter into the exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The curve at the bottom, and we inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last one. Inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Find a neutral breath, a steady breath. Coming back to that stillness, that awareness. Having a conversation with yourself, with your body, with your mind, and with your heart. A little check-in, noticing where you're at today, what you're feeling. What is your body experiencing? Have you been gentle with yourself? Could you practice a little more compassion? And if so, in what ways? Giving yourself permission to be kind, to be soft. Intentionally taking time and space for pleasureful rest, recovery, rejuvenation. Like a little cocoon, I want you to bend your knees into your chest, lengthening out through the lower spine. You have the option here to make little circles on your back, or perhaps rolling gently up and down the mat, giving your whole spine a bit of a massage. And then coming back down onto the back, stretching the arms out above the head, the feet all the way away from you, a big body yawn, just like you're waking up in the morning. Feeling feline, feeling the strength and the stretch simultaneously as you activate muscles, maybe wiggling side to side, saying hi to the spine. And then bending both knees back in, soles of the feet flat onto the earth. From here, reach your right foot all the way up to the sky. Take the blade edge on top of the left knee and allow the right knee to splay outwards. You can choose to stay here, or you can wrap the hands beneath the back of the left knee and hug the knee in towards the chest. Getting juicy into the right outer hip. Remembering that our hips are where we store a lot of emotion. So just noticing whether the breath has changed when you came into this posture. Especially if you've been feeling a lot of tension in your life lately. This is your space to use the breath consciously to breathe into that tension that you might find in your hips. Place the sole of the left foot back on the ground, and we'll find a couple of body vinyasas here. So pressing into the sole of the left foot, start to articulate up through the lower spine, the mid spine, all the way up. The hips lift up, the right knee still tracking outwards, and the hands reach up and over the head. Exhale, we lower back down, the hands and the hips. The spine moves one vertebra at a time. Inhale, we move up, hips lift, hands reach. Exhale, melt back down. Last one. Inhale, we rise. Exhale, we lower. Here, allow the left knee to drop to the left edge. The right sole of the foot will come down to the ground. And then allow the knee to drop down as well. Looking back towards the right hand, a gentle supine twist. Coming back up through center, hugging both knees back into the chest. Another couple of little wriggles side to side. And we'll swap it over. Both soles of the feet to the ground. Left foot comes up to the sky, and then blade edge of the left foot on top of the right knee. Again, option to stay here or to interlace the hands behind the right knee and hug it towards your chest. Come back to the breath, flexing consciously through the left toes. Take the toes towards the left shin, and that helps to protect the knee and the ankle. Noticing the difference from one side to the other. Perhaps you're holding more tension on this side. And the sole of the right foot touches down to the earth. 3 body vinyasas. Inhale, lifting up through the hips, through the spine. The hands reach up and over towards the earth above the head. Exhale, we lower, nice and slow. See if you can pair the movement with your breath. So at the top of the inhale, you're at the top of the movement. Exhale, slowly lower back down. Moving super slow. Last one, inhale, we rise. Exhale, we lower. Again, finding a twist, this time dropping the legs across to the right. And then allow both knees to touch down. Look back towards the left hand. Oh, little pop, little crack. And then back up through center. Viparita Karani, take the legs straight up towards the sky. Point the toes. If you'd like to, you can hold the backs of the knees, or you can place a block if you have one beneath the sacrum, beneath that flat part at the base of your back. This is also called Fountain of Youth pose. It's meant to make you look younger, or your cells behave younger. Maybe here saying hi to the ankles, rolling each ankle one at a time, maybe writing your name with your toes. Maybe writing someone else's name with your toes. Maybe write them a whole love letter. Maybe write the universe a whole love letter. Dear universe, I love you. The end. From here, we'll find snail pose or plow pose. So option to hug the knees back into the chest and then roll up onto the shoulders with the knees in towards the forehead, the whole palms of the hands on the lower back. So that's option 1. Option 2 is then you can extend the feet or the toes to touch down to the earth behind the head. If that's the case, try not to cave in through the lower spine and instead lift the hips open in this position. Keep the neck straight, trying to avoid looking side to side, closing down the eyes, and again, lifting up and lengthening through the spine. Option 3 is allowing the knees to hug down towards the mat on either side of the ears, deaf man's pose. The hands can stay on the lower back, or perhaps you'd like to interlace the hands behind you and then draw the fist down towards the earth. A moment of self-reflection, introspection, a moment of gratitude for your body, for allowing you to move and to express itself so freely. And then rolling all the way down, coming up to a seat. Crossing the legs over, planting the palms, and stepping back into a downward facing dog. So I know it's our first down dog. You're probably feeling really tight and tense, especially through the hamstrings. So taking the time here to walk the dog out, shifting your weight from one foot to the other, alternating, bending one knee and then the other. Or you may even like to find some standstill walks here. So crossing the feet over, stepping the left in front of the right, and then the right in front of the left. Grounding down through the palms, through the index fingers and the thumbs especially. Coming back to the breath, activating Ujjayi breath if that's in your practice, in and out through the nose, restricting through the back of the throat on the exhale to create an oceanic sound. And then when you've found your movements and you feel as if you've opened enough, find stillness. Bend the knees a little, or maybe bend the knees a lot. Allow the sit bones to blossom open. I love that phrase. Wrap the underarms together energetically across the front of the chest and feel how that stabilizes through the shoulders. Pull the belly towards the spine to make sure that you're not dunking into the shoulders or the belly. And your core is active and strong. Close the eyes, shake the head yes, shake the head no, rinsing out through the neck, all the way up into the occiput, the base of the skull. We'll stay low in this practice. Inhale, raise your right leg to the sky, three-legged dog. Keep the hip closed at first, so both your hip bones are square to the mat. Keep the left heel grounded, and the right toes are flexed down towards the mat as well. Inhale from here, maybe start to lift the right leg higher, open up the hip and bend the knee. The heel draws towards the glutes, and you're pressing still firmly and evenly through both palms. We'll floss the hips, taking a couple of circles with the right knee. You floss your teeth every day. You floss your hips every day. Inhale, right leg rises, three-legged dog. And then exhale, step to the outside of your right hand. Lizard lunge. Palms are flat on the earth. Consciously hug the right knee in towards the right shoulder. Lengthen through the spine and through the back of the neck. So you're looking down at the top edge of your mat. And your back knee is straight as well. Inhale. Exhale. Another full breath in. Exhale, maybe you'd like to come down onto the elbows, or maybe drop down through the back knee, untuck the back toes. And then if you're down on your elbows, spread the fingers wide and use the palms to hug them in towards your body. Lifting up through the chest, through the heart. You have the option to stay if you're finding this really yummy, or maybe coming up onto the left palm, use the right hand to push the right knee out towards the side as you roll into the blade edge of the right foot. You can twist and look over the right shoulder if you wish. Give yourself another little back crack, or maybe even reaching back for the back foot. And then with the breath, you can hug it in towards the butt as you inhale. Exhale, kick the heel away, open up through the heart. Inhale, hug it in. Exhale, kick it away. Beautiful. Release the back foot if you took that option. Tuck the back toes. And from here, we're going to find a pyramid variation, straightening both legs. So I know it might feel kind of funny, but just go with it. Go with the flow. Be like, oh, this is a new variation. I'm not going to overthink it. Maybe wiggling the hips side to side. Feeling out what feels good in your body today, in this moment, in this practice. We'll find an asymmetrical down dog, walking the hands off the mat towards the left. And a wide-legged forward fold. Lifting up through the palms, come up onto the fingertips, and then allow the forehead or the crown of the head to touch down to the earth. So again, it doesn't matter too much about what you look like, just finding and feeling out how it feels. From here, we'll walk the hands all the way to the back edge of the mat. Skandasana, bending into the left knee, the right toes flex up towards the sky. You have the option to keep the hands down, hands at heart space, or maybe reaching the left hand back and the right hand all the way up. If you like that option, you can go even deeper by finding a bind, reaching both hands behind you and they clasp together at your lower back. Full breath in. Full breath out. Moving back to the front edge of the mat, hands frame the front foot, and we'll step back to high plank. Go for a couple of scapular push-ups. So engaging through the core, allow the shoulders to release, but not the hips, and then push up round just through the upper back. So the hips stay completely still. Scapular push-up, down and up. Down and up. So we're strengthening our shoulders, down and up. Relax the knees out to either edge of the mat and push yourself back into a child's pose. Forehead comes down, touches the mat. You can wiggle the hips side to side, maybe roll the forehead side to side, give yourself a little massage, and come back to that steady, easy breath. Using the breath as a healing force. The prana is your life force. Coming up onto all fours. Inhale, plant the left palm down. The right hand sweeps high to the sky, opening up through the pectoral muscle, through the shoulder, through the side body. Exhale, thread it beneath you. Right shoulder touches down, right temple touches down. I want you to walk the left hand towards the top left edge of the mat with the palm up just on your fingers. And from here, you're going to creep the fingers across the top edge of the mat all the way to the right side. So you're looking further under that left shoulder. If you'd like to advance further, to intensify, keep the right knee down, tuck the left toes and straighten the left leg. Taking one more full breath in. Planting the palm by the side of the face, coming back onto all fours. Cat-cow to reset through the spine. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the chin, lift the heart. Exhale as you curl and round. Look towards your belly button and push through the palms. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the chin. Exhale, curl and round. Finding your way in your own time back towards your downward facing dog. See if you can find all those micro adjustments yourself. So spreading the fingers wide, plugging down through the index fingers and the thumbs. Palms are pushing firmly into the ground. You're wrapping the underarms together across the front edge of the body. The belly pulls towards the spine. The sit bones blossom open, and you're bending into the knees as much as you feel like you need to. Don't worry so much about grounding down through the heels. It's more important to have a straight spine. Shake the head yes. Shake the head no. And we'll go for the left side. Inhale, three-legged dog. Keep the hips square to the earth at first. Left toes are flexed, pointed down to the mat. And then inhale, lift the toes up, three-legged dog. Bend the knee, open the hip. The heel draws towards the glutes. And we'll go for some little hip flossing. A couple of circles on this side. Whatever feels good for you. It doesn't matter what direction. Maybe you go both directions. Then inhale, straighten the leg, three-legged dog. Exhale, step to the outside edge of the left hand. Keep the back knee lifted. Inhale, palms are flat, look forward. Exhale, hold. Full breath in. Full breath out. Option to stay, maybe come down onto the forearms. Keep hugging the knee into the left shoulder. And if you've got the palms flat on the ground, fingers are spread wide, and then hug your heart in between your hands. Try to find that extension, that length through the spine, through the back of the neck. Another breath in. Option to stay or to release the back knee down. Release the right palm down, and the left hand can push the left knee out to the left edge. Rolling onto the blade edge of the foot, maybe looking over the left shoulder. Option again to find the foot. Inhale, draw it towards the glutes. Exhale, kick it away. Inhale, draw it in. Exhale, kick it away. Release the back foot, palms plant down. Tuck the back toe under and straighten both legs into that weird pyramid variation. So again, doesn't matter what it looks like, maybe wiggling the hips side to side. It's your practice, your body, you know what feels good, what doesn't, so find the pleasure. We'll find the asymmetrical down dog or wide-legged forward fold, walking the hands off the edge of the right side of the mat. Coming up onto the fingertips, the palms lift, and the crown of the head melts down towards the earth. Keep walking the hands across to the right, over towards the back edge of the mat, bending into the right knee, Skandasana. Take your variation, hands to heart, one hand to the right, left hand can come up, or you can find a bind. Wherever you are, try to ground down through the right heel and lift up through the chest. Walking the hands back towards the front edge of the mat, planting the palms down, stepping back to three-legged dog, and then to plank. Scapular push-ups, lifting up, 1, down. Lifting up, 2, relax. 3, relax. 4, relax. Last one. From here, take your right knee into your chest, give the knee a little kiss, send it back. The right leg lifts up, and then back in towards the knee, give it a little smooch, extend it back. Inhale, knee to mouth, kiss. Exhale, extend. And then downward facing dog. Inhale, roll forward, high plank. Stack the shoulders above the wrists. Left knee in, give it a little kiss because you don't want to pick favorites. Extend. Inhale, kiss. Exhale, extend. Inhale in and extend. Down dog. Drop the knees out to either edge of the mat. Child's pose. Take a couple of breaths. You may like to find a side child's pose here by moving the hands across to one edge, interlacing the fingers. So if you move the hands to the left edge, anchor down through the right hip. And if you move the hands to the right edge, anchor down through the left hip. Swapping sides if you took an option. And coming back up onto all fours. I promise we'll take a deeper rest in child's pose soon. Planting down through the right palm this time, the left hand extends up, stretching open, and then exhale, finding that bind, that twist. Left shoulder comes down, left temple comes down. Right hand tenting up towards the right top edge of the mat. And then creeping the hands or the fingers across to the top left edge of the mat. Getting deeper in that twist, using that hand to ground you, to pull you as an anchor. Choose to stay or maybe shift the weight into the left leg. Tuck the right toes and extend the knee. Opening deeper. Beautiful. Releasing the knee, planting the right palm by the face and coming back up onto all fours. Here's where we'll take a deeper rest. The knees come out wide, hips to heels. You can find regular child's pose with the forehead to the mat and the fingers or the arms extended out forwards. You can find narrow knee child's pose, taking the knees together, crown of the head to the mat, folding over the thighs. And then the elbows rest behind you, palms face up. Or you might like to take the knees out wide, the hands through the legs, and coming down onto one cheek or the other. Allow the shoulders to hug in towards one another. Using this time, this space, as an opportunity to find gratitude, to find thanks for the countless things in your life, the people, the opportunities, the little moments, the moments between the moments, things that are often overlooked and seen as transitional. It's in those moments that we build strength and character. It's the way we think and perceive the world around us. The way we interact with it that create those subtle energetic exchanges that all add up into a collective. From here, creeping the hands back up, keeping the knees out wide, and we'll gently just take the hands behind you, fingertips facing towards the top edge of the mat, and then pushing into the palms, lifting open through the chest. Allow the head to drop back. Breathe it in. Stick out the tongue, lion's breath. Inhale. Lion's breath. Last one. Stick the tongue right out. And finding your way back upright. Taking the knees together. Taking the ankles to one side and finding your way into a seat. We'll go for a Paschimottanasana, Legs extend down in front of you, toes flex up, and you can grab onto the fleshy part of your butt and pull it out from underneath you. Palms by the sides, rod pose. Palms are flat, shoulders are hugging across the top edge of the back, and the tailbone out the crown of your head is a long, energetic rod. Breathe it in. Start to creep the hands forward. And notice how you start to curl through the lower spine. If you feel that, bend the knees, take just the heels on the mat, and take hold beneath your legs on the outer, like the back side of your knees, and pull your chest forward. From here, you can start to creep the heels forward. So you're getting all the same benefits, belly to the thighs, without curving through the spine. If that's a bit easy, you can take the hands to the feet and the same thing. Pull against the feet and then start to extend the legs. I don't want anyone hunching like this. You get no benefits. Bend the knees if you need to, but move forwards with the chest. If the legs are straight, you can release the head and the neck. Forward folds are really good for activating the parasympathetic nervous system, our rest and digest response. It's where we feel safe and nourished and nurtured. Walk the hands back up. Walk the hands behind you, fingertips facing the top edge of the mat, and then lifting the hips. Head can move back slowly, open up through the throat, squeeze through the glutes, lifting through the hips, squeeze the belly. Exhale, release the hips. Forward fold. Coming back to an upright position. And we'll bend the right knee, sole the foot in towards, or heel comes in towards your groin really. Sole of the foot flush against the left thigh. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, hinging over the front thigh. If you can't come down as deep, that's okay. You can be on your hands. Again, lifting up straight through the chest and maybe using the hands to anchor your belly button towards the toe. If you're deep into it, you may be able to twist, hold on to the outside edge of the left foot and take the left hand out even further. So you're really getting a deep twist here at the same time. If you're really advanced, you may be able to reach the left hand behind you and hold on to the inner crease or the inside of the right thigh. Releasing, coming back upright. Taking the feet as wide as the mat, the hands behind you, and just windscreen wiping the knees side to side. Finding the same thing, other leg, right leg extends. Sole of the left foot to the inside of the right thigh. Inhale, fingers interlace, arms rise. And then exhale, forward fold. So same thing on this side, you find your point. You can find the twist, you can find the gentler version, staying up a little bit more, or maybe the half bind, reaching the right hand around the inside of the left thigh and continuing to pull your belly button towards your toes. Coming back up to a seat. Hugging both knees in towards the chest and balancing on the sit bones. So wrapping the arms around the shins, forehead to the knees. If you would like to, and only if you would like to, not if the ego wants you to, you can grab the outside edges of the feet, hug the knees into the chest, flex the toes, and allow the chest to move in towards the tops of the knees. Maybe start to extend one leg. Maybe you'd like to extend the other leg. You can hold it here. You can go as deep as you want. A lot of people like to bend the elbows out, take the head toward the shins, or the belly towards the thighs. Maybe you'd like to start to take the feet outwards, challenge the balance. You got to find like that Goldilocks position, that happy little spot. Again, using the hands to pull the shoulders together across the top of the back, lifting open through the heart. Know that Baddha Konasana is there when you're ready. Soles of the feet come together. But rather than having them really close in towards the groin, I want you to take them further away from the body. Again, pulling the fleshy part of the buttocks out from underneath you. And we're doing a diamond. So there's a diamond in between the legs. From here, take the hands to the soles of the feet. Give yourself a little foot massage. Little DIY reflexology. Never say no to a massage, even if it's from yourself. And then you have the option to take the elbows to the knees and press down into the knees as you take the chest closer towards the feet. Maybe you allow the head to hang forward as well. Wherever you are, creating space between the shoulders and the ears as you do that. Maybe rinsing out through the shoulders, taking the left shoulder forward, right shoulder back, swapping sides a couple of times. Taking a couple of rolls with the shoulders in an upright position. Inhale, they lift up to the ears. Exhale, create spaciousness as they drop down towards the tailbone. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, drop it down. Beautiful. Rolling all the way back onto your back. Hugging the knees back into the chest. You can choose to stay here or find happy baby, grabbing the outer edges of the feet. The knees hug into the underarms. The whole of part of your lower back is down on the earth. No tailbones curled and lifted. You want as much of your spine touching down, hugging the mat as you can. Shoulders hug together across the top of the back. Heart moves upwards. The feet are pulled down by the hands, and the hands are pushing the feet or pushing against the feet as you lift up through the legs. If you'd like to, you can roll from side to side or extend one leg, bend the other. There's no right or wrong. It just is. There's just movement. There's just pleasure. There's just pain, and only you know what feels good and what doesn't. Hugging the knees back into the chest. And we'll stretch out just like we did at the beginning of the class. Arms all the way above the head, feet all the way in the other direction. Arching through the back. Deep inhale through the nose. And then exhale, completely relaxing through the body. Spreading all the way out. Taking up space, taking any final movements before finding your final resting pose. Finding Shavasana. The breath is soft and deep. In and out of the nose, experiencing the rise and the fall of the belly. Choose to take a rest here in Shavasana for as long as you wish. And when and if you become ready, starting to make gentle movements through the fingers, the toes, the ankles, the wrists, maybe gently rolling the head side to side or extending the arms up above you and the feet all the way in the opposite direction. Bending one knee and the other knee, and then finding your way up into a comfortable seat. Take a full breath in through the nose. And deep exhale out the mouth. And together we say, Namaste.